Hey everybody, Bastion here. Before I get into the meat of this commentary, I just want to let you know that I'm going to be picking multiplayer gameplay for videos like this one based on how close the games are. I find close games to be much more entertaining than high-scoring ones, although I happen to get a pretty good KD this game. And with that, on with the commentary. Like so many other people, I want to start making YouTube videos on a regular basis and hopefully find an audience. I have ideas for YouTube channels and content, but putting in the work has been a challenge. It's hard to keep myself motivated when I have constant thoughts about failing to reach an audience. What if people don't like my video? What if my content really is worth watching, but it's going undiscovered? Then my work will basically be for nothing. Thoughts like that kill creativity. I know that, but sadly, knowing that fact is not enough to keep me from having those thoughts. And it's thoughts like those that make me want to try live commentaries over gameplay. They don't take as much time, but to be successful at something like that, you generally have to be really good at a game, or be really entertaining. And I'm not sure I'm either of those things. It's thoughts like those that kill creativity. The space for new content on YouTube feels really small. YouTube has been around for about a decade now, and the bar for quality content has been set very high. It feels like in order for someone to make it on YouTube, they have to have pretty good video editing skills and a lot of time on their hands, not to mention a passion for the subject or some other serious motivating factor. Or you have to strongly pander to the lowest common denominator on YouTube, aka children. That's how people like PewDiePie have gotten so popular. I'm not saying people like him knowingly pander to children or don't put in the work, but we all know that when it comes to their fame, children are mainly responsible for it. This makes trying to do what they do very tempting. That's why you see so many PewDiePie copycats. Sure, some of the people who appear to be copycats aren't knowingly copying him, but it's very likely that some of them are. And those people that are willing to put everything into that business are making bank right now. So why don't I try to do what they do? Well, I did once, on Twitch. I experimented with being a spaz for a night. Previously, I was only getting maybe a couple followers every 3-hour stream if I was lucky. Being a spaz got me 11 followers in 3 hours, just playing some Resident Evil 4. This isn't definitive proof that being a spaz will get you an audience, but I have tried being a spaz, and it did appear to get me views. I didn't take the experiment any further because honestly it was a bit tiring to be on 100% for 3 hours. Not to mention I wasn't used to the idea because I'm not a spaz by nature. I also don't have a whole lot of time to stream anymore, and the only time I do have to stream is when my family is asleep, and I have to be conscious of how loud I'm being. The kind of spaz I'm talking about has a lot to say about seemingly little. He or she might throw in an accent or two, say some funny things here and there, usually something quotable, and he sounds like he's really into the game. The point of being a spaz is to keep the viewer's attention, usually by being funny. If you can be that kind of spaz, you could have a bright internet career ahead of you, especially if you yell and scream a lot. Here on YouTube, I'd rather do something more produced, or at least a little more tame, like what I'm doing for this video. I'm thinking about starting a news show as well, with some specifics that separate it from other news shows, and I'm kind of excited about it. It's going to be a lot of work to get up and running though, due to my lack of video editing experience. So, motivation is a problem. What do you do when you have an idea that you think will appeal to a lot of people, but you don't have motivation to get it out there? Do you let the idea die and try something you think is easier, like being a spaz? Do you try your hand at live commentaries? Those are certainly worth a shot if they'd make you happy. But what if you have a great idea, and you choose not to act on it, and someone else comes along with the same idea and it's a success? If you regret not acting on your idea sooner, then there's only one thing for you to do. You have to put in the work and share your creation with as many people as you can. That's what it comes down to. You either dive in, or you should let it go. I don't want to get stuck on the fence of regret personally. That's why I have to put in the work and get my news show idea off the ground. If you have an idea for something that someone might like, don't get bogged down by suppressive thoughts. Let your creativity out of its cage, and see what kind of response you get. Regret is worse than negative feedback, and everyone has something to offer. Thank you for listening. I'm going to be making more written commentaries like this one in the future, so any feedback is greatly appreciated. And with that, I take my leave. Peace out, dudes.